Yeah, I can hear you.
Pretend like you're calling in again.
Huh?
Pretend like you're calling in again.
Yeah. Hello?
Hello?
Hi,
Hi,
this
this
is...
is Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer. This is Christian.
Thank you for calling in. I appreciate your time. I just wanted to ask you a few questions in regards to the position that we have available at SpaceX. Let's see. So can you tell me about a time you worked on a team project? What was your role and how did you handle any challenges?
So, in my engineering 6 class last fall, I worked on a team project where we built a programmed robot car that had to drive through a maze autonomously. My main role was programming the vehicle's driving logic. I would say the biggest challenge was integrating my code with the rest of the team, with their code, so the full system would work correctly. I helped solve that by setting up regular meetings, reviewing each other's work, and testing updated code. And then we stayed in close communication using Microsoft Teams. That helped us fix issues quickly and keep the project moving forward. That experience strengthened my teamwork, communication, and problem solving skills, and I believe those qualities would make me a valuable asset in this software engineering role.
Can you explain what an API is to me?
Of course. An API, or application programming interface, is a way for different software systems to communicate with each other in a structured and reliable way. It allows one program to request data or services from another program without needing to understand all of its internal code. To give you an example, if a weather app shows current weather conditions, it's often using an API to request that data from an external weather service. The app sends a request, the API processes it, and then returns the information that the app needs. In that sense, the API works like a middle layer that defines how systems interact and what information can be exchanged. My technical understanding and ability to explain technical concepts clearly would help me communicate effectively and contribute as a software engineer.
Thank you. What programming languages and frameworks are you proficient in?
So I'm proficient in C, C++, Java, JavaScript, Python, and assembly language. My strongest experience has come from working with these languages in both academic projects and artificial intelligence hackathon projects at Northrop. For example, I used C and C++ extensively in engineering coursework to build programs involving logic, control flow, and hardware-related program solving. I have also worked with Python for artificial intelligence development concepts, and I have experience with JavaScript and web-related work. In addition, my exposure to assembly language has helped me better understand how software interacts with hardware at the lower level. Working across multiple languages has taught me how to adapt to different programming environments and choose the right tool depending on the task. Because I have experience working with multiple languages and understand both high-level and low-level languages, I can bring the versatility and support to the team here at SpaceX.
Thank you. Imagine a program you wrote is producing incorrect results, but it compiles without any errors. How would you identify and fix these issues?
So if a program compiles but produces incorrect results, I would treat it as a logic issue rather than a syntax issue. My first step would be to isolate where the output starts going wrong and then trace backwards to the program to find the cause. I would test the program in smaller sections, check variable values at key points, and then compare the actual behavior to the expected behavior. I would also review conditions, loops, formulas, and assumptions in the code, since those are common sources of logic errors. If needed, I would use test cases, print statements, and obviously a debugger to trace execution step by step. Once I found the issue, I'd fix the logic and retest to make sure the problem's resolved without creating any new ones. That process shows that I'm methodical, patient, and focused on solving problems the right way instead of guessing. My debugging experience and attention to detail would help me to contribute to the SpaceX team.
And last question for you. The position requires a Security Plus certification. Do you already have the certification or have the ability to obtain one within 6 months of being hired?
I do not have the Security Plus certification yet, but yes, I absolutely have the ability and plan to obtain it within 6 months of being hired. I currently have my exam scheduled for June 30th, and I've already been preparing by working through a Security Plus study book and a practice exam book every day. I'm taking the preparation seriously and fully expect to pass on my first attempt. At the same time, I also believe in being realistic and prepared. So if for any reason I do not pass on the first try, I already plan to retake the exam shortly after. Because I already have a test date scheduled and a daily study routine in place, I'm confident that 6 months is more than enough time for me to earn the certification. This level of preparation shows that I'm proactive, committed, and willing to meet the requirements of the position without hesitation. My discipline would make me a dependable candidate for this role.
Okay, I just want to thank you for your time, and I will be reaching out within the next couple of weeks via email. Do you have any questions at this time?
I don't. Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Thank you. You have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Was that okay?
Yeah, that was good.